If you work, or used to, in a relatively new building, like, say, GBH headquarters, the windows around your desk probably don't open, for a couple good reasons, says architect Russell Feldman.
We've become increasingly concerned with energy efficiency and the impact, of course, on our operating costs.
But right now, so-called inoperable windows are a public health liability, since less airflow means more risk from the virus. As we emerge from the pandemic, Feldman thinks that insight will abide.
We're going to see a lot of conversions of current sealed buildings into buildings that would have windows that open.
Along with new buildings where they open as a matter of course. And that's not the only way the workplace may get airier.
A number of office buildings have been looking to provide outdoor space.
Specifically, says the Boston Planning and Development Agency's Michael Canizo, roof decks, which used to be a mostly residential amenity. There are two related impulses here, a push to make offices healthier and much more inviting, as some wonder if they're still necessary at all.
When the business community says, all right, it's time to come back to the workplace, the question is why?
Architect Mike Davis and his colleagues are trying to answer that question themselves, creating decentralized work areas and curated common spaces where employees do the decorating. In other words, they're making their office more like home. Of course, offices were just one part of Boston's pre-pandemic building boom. Residential buildings were a driver too, and they are also getting a rethink.
Spending a lot more time in our homes, you start to notice some things that you didn't before, and crave for certain things.
Like fresh air and open space. At 2147 Washington in Boston's Nubian Square, they'll be furnished by an interior courtyard that will also be open to the public.
Anyone from the neighborhood can come to that courtyard and enjoy it and, have distance between themselves and others and fresh air and daylight.
But inside residential buildings, the recent vogue for big shared spaces may be over. Even before COVID, designer Lindsay Bach says,
the large communal tables, once one person is there, nobody else wants to sit there.
She predicts a surge in new private spaces inside those common areas, disassembled and reassembled throughout the day.
Co-working by day and then open it up and it's dining by night.
The list of possible changes goes on. Building near the T might not be as much of a no-brainer as it was. At restaurants, walk-up windows and outdoor dining could be here to stay. And if enough people keep working from home, empty offices might be converted into housing. One thing seems certain. Buildings designed after COVID won't be the same as buildings designed before. Adam Reilly, GBH News.